Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of World Talks here on TVP World. I'm your host, Benjamin Lee, and please join me and my guests on this next interview. Now, Romania has formed a new pro-European coalition government, ending months of political uncertainty in one of the EU's eastern frontier states. As the bloc navigates challenges from war to rising nationalism, Romania's direction could carry weight beyond its borders. Will this new leadership bring renewed alignment or reveal deeper divisions? To explore what is at stake for Europe, we're joined by Dr. Eusebiu Slavitescu, former Romanian diplomat and EU affairs expert. Hello, sir, and welcome to TVP World.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
So we're chatting a little bit backstage when you told me that you're essentially breathing a sigh of relief knowing that this kind of long-standing political drama is finally simmering down. And my question is, well, are we seeing an end to all these turmoil, or is it just like an end of a chapter and going to the next season?
I would say we're supposed to see an end of it. Well, this is politics, so there's always going to be some drama. But not this drama. I mean, the past months in Romania have been really turmoil, not as much on the street, but the society itself has been pretty polarized to the point where social media and the public discourse has gotten to levels that are never seen before, as much as in hate, as in, what the far right really does around Europe. And we have been at the forefront in the past months. And now it seems, as I said, I think I was with you here a couple of weeks ago, that this is slowly dissipating now with the sense of, getting back to some sense of normality. Now we have an official president who has won with almost 10%, so there's no debate there. Now we have a prime minister that was just voted last night with 301 votes and 9 against. We have a government who is supported, who is composed by all pro-European parties. And the idea was, to keep the far-right extremists on check. It's the reason why, they shake hands and they join the government. And I would say now the first priority, as we just talked, Romania, the level of trust in public institutions, in the state per se, has never been really high. Again, we are a fragile democracy still. And however, what happened in December with nuking the elections and everything that followed, this eroded even more the trust, the citizens' trust in the institutions, in the politicians and everything, and not for good reason, let me tell you. But now we get the sense that we're getting back to some sense of normality. This is a government make it or break it. It's going to be rough. We have 4 government parties. Among 2 of them have been constantly hating each other, and a lot of the narratives ones upon each others. But again, these are politics. We have the liberals, we have the social democrats, we have the Save Romanian Unions, sort of En Marche Macron, and we have the ethnic Hungarians now in government that was just installed yesterday. And again, priorities bring back the public trust in the institution, prove to Romanians that democracy is far more attractive than populism. That populism and, these hating narratives that Russia so loves to push them because they like to divide us, they don't really have real solutions there.
Right, so how is the Romanian government going to try to address that going forward? Like I mentioned, the polarization before the election is very strong, and there's also the kind of long-standing distrust of governmental institutions. Do you think that there's any way for the upcoming administration to kind of address that and speak to the people, making sure that this divide is somehow mended?
It's absolutely #1 priority, and I'm glad both the president and the newly installed prime minister, they both spoke about it. And the only way to really do that is to deliver good governance. We have 3 years and a few months until our next elections in the parliament. And with the far-right party right now leading the polls, and with the social democrats and the liberals now standing around 17–16%, and for the socialists, that was never the case. It's the first time. This is also, like all across Europe, some sort of a collapsing of the traditional political parties. I mean, the way things have been done until now, it isn't working anymore. And the past government we had in the 4 years, they have been spending so much to the point where we closed 2024 with a deficit of 9.3%. Which is the highest in the European Union, and the European Commission is on us right now because previous governments, they've had very generous hands, petty corruptions, all of those. And coming back to the political drama that we had, George Simeon, Călin Georgescu, Russian massive interference, all of these things, and the fact that 4 million votes or 2.1 votes for Mr. Călin Georgescu, they weren't really votes for them. They were against the establishment, right? We are a member of the European Union. We are a member of the most powerful military alliance. A lot has been helped. A lot has changed in Romania, but still too many of us are far left behind, and that's not okay. And again, we have billions and billions of dollars at the European Commission that are blocked right now, because we are incapable of bringing about some reforms, some real reforms. And this is exactly the mandate Ilie Bolojan, our new prime minister, is going to have to tackle on. It's the only way, deliver good governance, or we're back where we started. We dodged the bullet once. I'm not sure we're going to do it again. But I'm actually really hopeful. Romania, for the first time right now, it's run by 2 mathematicians. Nicu Șordan, the president, 2 times gold Olympic mathematician, the World Olympiad, and Ilie Bolojan also is a mathematician. So if I'm looking at this...
At least we'll be getting the numbers right now.
Yeah, they will be getting the numbers right. And also, I mean, Nicu Șordan has an extensive experience behind him with things that have been delivered. Also, Ilie Bolojan. And generally speaking, since December last year, since this whole story, break out, there have been consistently 2 names that surfaced back and back again in Romania, and that was Nicu Șordan and Ilie Bolojan. So somehow, even with the vote, 4 weeks ago, somehow there's a collective conscience in Romania that really understands the stakes here, and this is why we mobilized massively, went out and vote. And we're hopeful things were going to go well. What is this new government means for the region, for the European Union, for our Transatlantic Alliance? It means good news. It means good news for Poland. It means good news for the eastern flank. It means good news for Ukraine, as our help, financial and military, will only continue and grow. All of these things would have been the other way around if George Simeon would have won.
Right. Now, we're looking at a 4-way coalition. Like you mentioned, they don't always see eye to eye as well. And we're looking at also some of the very ambitious reform that this new coalition government is planning on delivering. Is there any mechanism or somehow they try to stay kind of united in trying to push through these very ambitious reform? Or do you think that there will still be some kind of internal conflict due to them not exactly seeing eye to eye on things?
Again, we're talking about 4 political parties. Some of them have been hating each other for a long time. Again, it's just politics, so some drama is always welcome and will always be there. However, maybe except for the Social Democrats, which there's still a part of this party that it's still with people that were in the former communist nomenclatura. There are still people very close-minded and sort of far from the European socialism, democrat socialism. But I think most of them right now, which one of the reasons why they shook hands, is that they really understand that right now, if you are a political party within the opposition, you're losing votes. You're not gaining any. The only party right now in the opposition perceived as the opposition still, and I'm hoping this will be over very soon, is the party of George Simeon, who just lost the elections. They keep growing. So the political party, the pro-European political party, they finally understood that the only way to win votes is to be in the government and to deliver good governance. And now they have 67% of the support in the parliament. So there's absolutely no reason for them not to make it. or to break it.
Do you think that this could maybe be taken as a page on how to kind of push back against this very anti-establishment narrative? Perhaps we can look at Romania and see how they carry out these reforms going forward, and if that be successful, perhaps is one of the answers to the trend that is going very rightwards or more nationalistic across Europe.
Yeah, for Romania, yeah, that is the answer. Good governance. And to be honest, I think that's the answer everywhere, especially in the context when populism and extremists, they never really do have the answer. If you really take the countries who have voted for far-right politicians, you will see very little success in delivering. Because it's very easy to create narratives, hate narratives and everything on TV, and there's another thing to govern, to actually govern. So right now, the situation in Romania, as I just said, I mean, we are in a critical point right now with public trust really low. I mean, it was low already, but right now it's really low. And we have everything we need to really succeed right now. And again, remember, we have a brutal, illegal, and criminal war outdoors. We have a United States who wants to get out of the Europe and, you know, change focus in Asia. We have all of these things happening right now, and Romania needs to be part of this conversation.
Right, and speaking of being a part of this conversation, what do you think Brussels can expect from this new government in terms of reform, EU alignment, and even when it comes to like defense spending and supporting Ukraine?
So supporting Ukraine, nothing will change, or if there's something will change, support will only increase for Ukraine. And I'm really glad about that, because Ukraine's security is Romanian security, undoubtedly so, and Moldova, since we talked about that last time. But right now, I mean, again, they are condemned to deliver. They really don't have other choice. And if they continue with their petty political games, as they have done so the past 35 years, and it's exactly how we are ready to jump in the arms of a fool, Călin Georgescu. I mean, I'm sorry to use that word, but nothing was right from what he was saying. I mean, everything was madness. And that's how much disappointed Romanians really were in the past 10 years, that they were ready to jump in the arms of a madman. Again, not for him, but despite him. There has been so much disappointment. I mean, you have, just look at this. You have billions of dollars waiting for you. You have 9.3 deficit, right? That's a serious economic issue. You also have a private sector, the middle class, who is really struggling. And the European Commission blocked billions of euros because our government, previous government, was incapable of suppressing special pensions. We have a system of special pensions that is that privileges a lot of the former nomenclatura.
Right.
It's still on. It's just an example. We were incapable of taking that out. So the EU Commission blocked the funds. I mean, we really got to get moving here.
Right. So it does seem like moving forward, only good government is a way to kind of win back the support of the public sector. Thank you so much for your input and insight. I really appreciate it. Thanks for being with us on TVP World. Cheers. And thank you for tuning into this edition of World Talks. But for more news, update, and commentary, please stay tuned to TVP World.